Small business ideas, not fees.
Good to have you here, entrepreneurs. This is Social Marketing coming at you from socialmarketing.brightoncode.com, and we are talking today about reasons why you should call yourself a small business or self-employed. You can find more information on our blog at socialmarketing.brightoncode.com or at socialmark247.blogspot.com, or you can always find more videos under our YouTube channel. Now, to get started, let's first take a look at how you get to distinguish whether you are a small business or self-employed. All of that comes from one source: your taxes, and from local and state governments, depending on what you are doing for a business. And the way you fill out your paperwork says everything about whether you are filing a small business or self-employed. And that talks about how you put your profits into your tax forms. And from there, a lot of people take that as that's how I should market myself, that is what I am. And in some cases, you have to identify yourself in a certain way with that. Either you're an entrepreneur, you're a self-employed person, or you're a small business. The thing that we want to discuss is outside of the realm of working with the government or being straightforward about filing your taxes. Can you just call yourself whichever one feels more comfortable to you? And I would say overall the answer is yes, with a little asterisk, knowing that you need to check with your local area so that way you are framing yourself correctly. For example, if you're a bank, you're a bank. If you are a loan shark, you're a loan shark, and you want to make sure that you don't call yourself a bank if you're a loan shark. So I think there is some small distinctions there, but I don't know if it would necessarily affect this, because this is a really important case. If you are a small business and you work in a town where the main street, there are mostly liquor stores, there are bars on that street, and you call yourself a small business and people around you associate that image, you don't want that coming across to your business. Not that there's anything wrong with those businesses, but you're just not into that business. You want to get as much money, get as much profits from your customers, and let them know that you are quality, you're going to be around, you're going to produce a good product, and you don't want to have to fight your own titling in order to get that across. Now, when you are taking a look at these two, they both have positive and negatives. Self-employed, if you're looking at people that do construction, people that do small jobs, fix-it-up things, like for example down where there are a lot of hurricanes or there's tornadoes in Tornado Alley, a lot of times people will come across, they're self-employed and they do shoddy work. They fly by nights to fix roofs, fix structures that are damaged, and then they take the money and they don't do great work and they're gone. And if you're stuck living in that area, you don't want to be associated with that. So by using a little wordsmithing when you're able to can be helpful. You can be a small business, self-employed, or an entrepreneur, all depending on what you need for your branding to get that across to your customers. And that's what we're discussing. What gives you the solid backing that you need for what you're doing as a business? You're not going to cheat anybody, you're not going to slide anybody, and if there are problems, you are going to discuss it and work with them. You want to be professional, but at the same time you want to use terminology that is going to be beneficial to both of you. And if it can help you to see better profits, then give it a shot. Take a look, see if there's something you can do. What sounds better? You can research this by talking to people locally. You can put it into AdSense from Google, or word search from Google. You can also check with some of your local, like Better Business Bureau and other associations that can kind of give you a hand to understand if there are businesses, or there are types of industries that have had a bad rap or a bad situation in local markets, and what some people might have an uphill battle, and maybe you can get around it when you're starting up a new business or just putting together your items. Now, with this, there are, some restrictions that you have for what you can call yourself, but your customers are not going to be checking your file, your taxes. They're not going to be looking at your business files or your certification. Unless it's like a certificate for like you're a roofer that you have that certification and you're bonded, they're going to look for that. But other than that, you can kind of call yourself kind of what you want, and try to do that. Try to make it work for you in a way that is supportive and helpful for you as a business person. That makes you, can you have a title, can you have a business name, all those items other than just your name, self-employed. Yes, you can. What if you want to just be called by yourself? I think you can do that too. Now, if you look at large businesses, when they're selling stuff, they sell wholesale or they sell retail, for example. And with some of those items is nobody really looks and says, I'm paying 20% more because I bought this retail. I only bought one, but if I had bought 15 of them, I would have gotten a 20% discount off them. And nobody really says anything about that. They just assume that's just the way of doing business. So with this, people assume that this is kind of an in and out, that this is who you're dealing with, so you can kind of change the landscape a little bit for yourself. Don't get caught up in just that you are this because somebody said that. Well, if it comes out to your advantage, go ahead and do it. Well, thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and please comment if you have used or had any information that would be helpful to our listeners. We can make another video with this information. Thank you.